Club. Long time no see. So this stream is right after the weekend of the Big Board Bash. And yeah, what a blast. So many new subscribers, so many views and watch hours. Holy moly. Yeah, hi to everyone who's new. I got 1 hour now, lunch break. Yeah, let's do some terraforming, sculpting a hill on the Pirate Bay. So this is what we have now in Pirate Bay. The ocean. I put in some of the cool new minis, the contributions. Yeah. Yeah, then this hill, this kind of shrine temple thingy. This will be like a skyscraper city, and I built the framework from wood, and then I tested out some wall textures, but this is only leaning there. Here I will implement 2 houses by Teaquers Tabletop crafting. So, and this thing here, back there is an old piece. This will be a graveyard. It has a little bit of tombstones, but I will make some more stuff. And this here, this hill, this will be a riverbed, and some more here with this road continuing out of over here, out of the layout, and those stairs going up to where this hill city will be. Yeah, so let's get a tripod, put it down, and put some plaster and stuff here. I prepared some soil. Down here is the plaster. Oh, we need some water and some sand. The sand, where is the sand? I got some sand. I went to my neighbors. Here it is. They have some sand leftovers. I got a small bucket full of sand. It's a small bucket, but it's pretty heavy. Okay, here are the gloves. Here is the tripod, small one. I'm doing this stream with a mobile phone. So here is the sink, and here is my canister for some water. So I don't need to run over here all the time. While this is filling up, we can take a look what happened here. So this shelf, I found the shelf in the cellar, put it here for the bigger minis. Yeah, those have a little bit more space now. Star Wars and Gaslands and Battlefleet Gothic and the Big Board Bash and some Battletech. And up here is my Grimdark Future stuff. Yeah, and here are also more painted minis. I also built this board thing, glued those pieces onto there. This is my Moonstone collection. And here will the new faction will go here. I kickstarted the new Undead faction. You know how it is. You know how it is. Okay, so we got water, we got plaster, we got soil, we got sand. I need some gloves now. And yeah, let's put this here. No, something like this. Okay, then I need some gloves. And as always, this will go up on YouTube, of course, and then afterwards on my website. I got the website wertenbauer.club. It's a domain, yeah. And there I got a page called long-term, something like long-term project Pirate Bay, and all the videos and streams are there in a chronological order and a little bit sorted by topic. So I can take out this board, see here, so I can reach the other one. And I can, first of all, here are some tools and flocks and static grass and stuff I don't need so often, but I can walk here and then work on this like so. Okay, let's take those a little bit out of the way. Okay, we need plaster. So here's a hidey ho. So we are plastering this section. So okay, that was a short visit. It is not the best time to stream, but I just wanted to stream. I wanted to stream all weekend, but I didn't get time. And I also didn't want to just plaster everything without showing. It would also be nasty. And I didn't want to make a video. Editing and stuff takes a long time. So we're doing a stream of the construction. So here is some sand. Let's put this in here. So now we have plaster, a little bit of sand, a little bit more sand. Okay. Then we put in some PVA. Where is it? No, this is something else. Here it is. Yeah. I don't bake the sand or stuff like that. I talked to a guy who knows stuff, and he says in PVA is so much pesticides and anti-fungal stuff, so that it doesn't get mold and stuff like that. All those chemicals kill the bacteria and stuff like that. That's why nowhere is mold and algae and stuff like that. Okay, so let's mix this up. This is just regular water. Now I'm mixing the PVA plaster sand mix in a big bucket and just slap it on there. Okay, so here is the mix. I'll turn the camera around. So, let's see. I didn't check the chat. Let's see if you wrote something. No, that is okay. So now, let's put on the plaster. I'm using gloves when plastering because it's not good for my skin. No, it doesn't feel cool. So let's fill up all this. This is a yogurt-like consistency, so it doesn't set too fast and runs into the cracks, the crooks and nannies. Yeah. All the other crafters always say nooks and crannies, but I say crooks and nannies. I like wordplay and to be stupid and not so serious. Life is so serious anyway. Okay, let's smear this all around. I bulked this out with this is expanding foam from the spray can, and some paper also. So this will be the back wall of the house facades I got from Teaquers Tabletop Crafting. He donated those for the project. They're just built, not painted. So I can paint them in my style. That's also pretty cool. And I have cool detailed houses for the layout. Thanks again, Chicken. So I want a flat surface here, so the flat houses can go onto here. And if after this PVA plaster mix is hard, it's so hard, it's rock solid, it's hard to carve away stuff. So I try to carve now while it's still wet. Okay, so now we got some more here. Butts. I thought this was a lot, but it is not. Can you see anything here? Yes, you can. Now, for this section, we need at least another bucket. With this amount of plaster. So let's leave some cracks here. Here's a small walkway, a pathway to there, to the graveyard. Okay, and now I have to grab the camera and the tripod with those hands, so that's why I don't use very expensive equipment, only the mobile phone with a tiny small gorilla pot thing. Okay, let's mix up some more. So, plaster, sand, PVA, and some water. So this is an old bucket. It's for cleaning water, the water in the car spray system, you know, for cleaning the windshields and stuff. I just kept the bucket, so I have something to pour water from. Kind of controlled pouring. So here's the mix. It's all in the mix. So let's see. Can you see something? Yes. So now this goes here. Let's connect this old centerpiece ruin thing with the 3 tombstones to this rock. And okay, I just slapped on too much, covered a small pathway. I have to get a wet brush and then take this off again. I will show you in a second. So that's when those things combine, get combined to one cool thing, it's so satisfying. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now, so those are bits I broke off from here. So this was going down like here. It was already plastered and painted. But then I had to carve out a piece to put this wooden board on. And I just took it and glued it here. Cool building bricks, solid already. I don't know if we will see any color of this later. Just filling in the gaps with leftovers. Okay. So there's a little bit too much back there, so I take it off as long as it is not hard, and then fill up those gaps. So here's the transition. It's nice. Now let's get rid of those fingers. Okay, glove has ripped, torn, whatever. Now let's don't forget about the walkway back here. Okay, so I'll take off the gloves now, get some new ones later. I'll show you how it looks back there. Okay, so now this was one terrain piece. Ruin, here is a walkway. I totally plastered it now, so I have to get I like it, how it looks, so I have to get a wet brush and wash the plaster away. Then it goes up here, and here are 3 tombstones. Here are some ghosts I painted up recently. And I even got more. Those Warhammer Fantasy crypts from the graveyard. got them as a present. Someone didn't want to have them anymore. I will implement them. I will integrate them back there. So later, not now. We need some. Here is my stash of spray can caps, which I use for painting minis or as a water bucket thing. So then I need here's the brush. So everything has a place. It's a little bit what to say, it's a little bit chaotic, but everything has a place and I know where stuff is usually. Unless I didn't put it in the right place. What also happens a lot. Okay, so let's try and take off this plaster. I hope it's not too late. No, it still works. Yes, cool. So here comes the walkway. So here is also a really cool floor pattern, which I did. I did this like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, can't remember. I used them in 1 or 2 games of D&D, never in tabletop gaming. Then I tried to sell it at the last convention. No one would like to have it, so I just, even the price was pay what you want. And I never said no. And no one wanted to have it, so I just stick it here now. Who cares? It was lying in a corner before. And there's a lot of detail and static grass and stuff, so yeah. Something is in the chat. Okay, I just muted my mic. I'm not really awake today. I only slept 4 hours, could not sleep at all. I'm a little bit clumsy and not on point. I don't know why I couldn't sleep. The good thing was in the middle of the night, Gert from Dark Matter Workshop posted his big bot bash bot, and I watched that. then I drank a tea, a relaxation tea, and at about 1:30 in the night, I fell asleep. Before that, 2 hours, I was just rolling around in bed. Do you have those nights? I hate them. Sometimes I have it, like every 2 or 3 months. There's 1 or 2 nights. Okay, so we have this part of the layout is plastered. That's the cool thing. It's already hard. I love it. It's still wet, but it is hard already. You could already put PVA on there and dirt and stuff, and static grass or color or whatnot. That already works. That's the cool thing. And you can use shady materials underneath, like polystyrene, because you don't see it later. So then here is the other board. There is some bark and some carved expandable foam from the spray can already there. So let's put it where it belongs. So this will stay removable. This one. This I don't care. I can crawl underneath and crawl back there, and then I can work from back there. That's okay. But this one needs to be removable so I can reach everything, especially corners back there, and yeah. So Okay. So now it's slotted in. Let's mix some. I need a new pair of gloves. I should get those yellow rubber gloves you use in the kitchen from yeah, washing up and stuff. They don't tear so fast like those. Okay, let's take this away. Put it here. Because I want to plaster all of this. So let's keep the wet brush. Okay. Okay. Some more. I'm using big sacks of plaster. It's 25 kilos, I think. Is it? Yes. It's for construction, and it is much cheaper than artist plaster. It's not so fine, but I don't care for this kind of work. So, because here in Germany, or mostly in Europe, we build houses from red bricks. And if you want to have a cable in the wall, you have to make a slit, and then put the cable in there, and then you smear this stuff on. And then the fine wall comes on top. So this stuff is everywhere and pretty cheap. We usually don't do if in house building here in my area, we usually don't do drywalls. So some newer houses, which are made from wood also, they have drywalls and then plaster and stuff on top. But the old houses, like this one is like 50 years old, they have stone. Really massive. The cool thing is, stone doesn't rot. But it is harder to work with than wood, so you cannot build a house by yourself. That does not work. Stuff is far too heavy. And the tools are crazy for cutting stone. You also have to cut stone in corners to make them fit. And that's something you cannot do by yourself. You need they're not called stonemason, but what are they called? Bricklayers. Yeah. Okay, so let's make a connection between this up here and the new thing. I don't put plaster on I try not to put it on the bark. I will paint the bark and then it looks like stone later. And I try not to put it on those stairs. They will be invisible later. I will put tiles on the stairs, but if there's too much plaster, it's hard to glue that stuff down later. So let's blend this in. I don't take too much care because there will be sand and earth and stuff, soil on top of that also. So I always say from the rough shapes to the fine shapes. In the beginning it's always the rough stuff. And you don't need to take care so much. In the fine-tuning stuff you need to be careful, but not in the basic construction. It does not matter if it's smoothed out or not. You can hide everything with flock later. That's what I learned when I was a teenager. I worked for a company. They built classrooms, like cupboards and stuff like that, built-in cupboards, and those guys always said, we just put them in there really fast, really quick, and then we do the repairing and fine-tuning later. No one will ever see that. So that's what I do right here. The other thing is, now it dries in the bucket, so I have to be quick. When it's set, it does not reactivate, and yeah, then you can use it as crumble on the cake. Please don't use it as crumble on the cake. It was just a metaphor. Yeah, I have to be really careful with my suggestions on the internet. Sometimes people don't get my sarcasm. I don't want to eat this stuff. One rule when I do a dirty laugh after what I'm saying, it is most of the time sarcasm. So, okay, let's massage it in. I'm pressing it in. So here we got this problem now. It's not a problem. I lost, here I lost the detail of the, where is it? Where's my finger? Here. Here I lost the detail of the bark. So I'm going in with this wet brush and just rubbing away the plaster. And now here, the bark comes back and is visible again. Enough for painting. Yeah. But that's also not possible when it's really set. When it's rock hard already. So here I lost the stair detail already, so I have to scratch this out. Cool is those pieces I can just take away with a vacuum cleaner later, or with a big, yeah, like a small brush, or is it called broom? Okay, so we need another one over here, another bucket. Pieces that are obviously sticking out and look like plaster, I just break them off with the finger when they're hard. So the waterfall, I want a waterfall. This will come down from here and then fall down here, fudge, and then into this river thing. And then off the table. Okay, so let's mix up another batch. I'll turn the camera. take 2 cups of plaster, like a half cup of sand, measuring by eye as always, PVA, and now you know why I buy PVA in the big buckets, and water. So you could put also some color in there already. Yeah, but I like it with this light gray. I will go over it with washes for the stone look. So I just don't put, I also don't paint a base coat of to seal it in or stuff like that. I got the PVA in here. It is rock hard, and it's really rock hard. It's getting stone. So if you just use XPS, it's okay to seal it in because it stays pushable. But this here, no chance. Okay, let's fill this up here. So we will need the brush to make the bark visible again in a second. Let's just fill it up. Try not to put it on your clothes. Wearing dirty old clothes would be good. My pants are not. My t-shirt is. My wife always gives me the eye-rolling look when another piece of clothing is full of color, plaster, or whatever. I'm like a small child. I forget about that. And now it's too late. So, and later I will just break it off again. So I will leave a thin breaking point here, so I can take off this again. Chuck. Yeah, where's the here? The tools. Yeah, I found that pushing it in with the hands and fingers is, I have the most control. Okay, so now I'm getting a little bit anxious because it's drying too fast and I still need to brush stuff off, like here. I want to save the brick work here. It's ancient, it's like 2 years ago. 2 years old. So then here, 3. Is it 3 already? I can't remember. I think it is 2001. Yeah, it's 3 years old. I think the very first videos on my channel, no, not I think, the very first videos on my channel are how I cleaned up the room and rearranged everything. And started to build this layout. And then I stopped building the layout because I thought I need to make videos every 1 or 2 weeks. And this here is, it takes too long. For my presentation style. And then I build a lot of small stuff. Now I like to stream this and talk. I like to talk. And now I pretend not talking to myself because I'm talking to you. But it's talking to myself when we are honest, isn't it? Loud thinking. Okay, so this, I need some more water. Okay, let's clean off this and get some details back. I'll get you in the first row. First row seats. This is hard already. Break it off, break it off. It's not shake it off, it's break it off, break it off. A lot of times, yeah, you could call it like samples or bits of music jump into my head, and then I repurpose them to the use I just what I'm doing right now. Just it's not shake it off, it's break it off. I hope you guys all do that. Otherwise, it's a crazy thing again. Yeah, but who cares? I don't care. I know that I'm a little bit crazy. But that's okay. That's okay. So the water will flow down here like a wild water thing. Ooh, you could put some crazy goblins doing some canoeing, wild water rafting down this thing, and that would also be fun. So this here was also a piece I ripped off from back here when I put the new stuff in. It's already painted, plastered. Already got a cool cliff. Oops, so this was not plastered yet. Yeah, and here. So this transition, now it looks like, oh, I all destroyed this part here, but that doesn't matter. It's just, there will be soil and grass and bushes and stuff, so it does not matter. It adds even more details. Unwanted, but welcome. Highly welcome. Unwanted, but highly welcome. Provided by chaos. I would never put a small bump on here by intentionally. It just happens. Stuff like this just happens. And I like that. So, okay. We need a little bit more for this, for this, for this, for this, for this. And here is a gap. So let's mix the last batch, I think. That will be 1 hour of streaming roundabout. I think that's cool. And it's one piece in the process. Okay, zack. A little bit more plaster. One step. Okay, and water. Where's the water here? And the tool. So you see there's so many different styles and ways to create landscape just by carving XPS or just putting dirt down and plastering, and mix and molds and bark and spray foam. The railway guys also have those cloth things. You put cloth on there and then they plaster the cloth. That's also cool. It's really lightweight. But yeah, you don't play on that. I think it's a little bit fragile. I guess I never used it. So, let's fill up those last bits. Brats. So I think we are getting there. Do we? Here is a little bit more. The cool thing is I can go back and hide more stuff later. So where's the tool? Here it is. So, here is a kind of a cave. It's cool, but I can see the yellow foam. I don't want to see the foam. I don't want to see the stuff it's made from. I want to hide that. Can you see something else? Here on the stairs, of course. So, pushing that in and then scraping it out again. So take those bits and just put it in the wet. Plaster as rocks, fond of rocks, and they will stick to it. And everything dries and cures, hardens. I like this nasty way. You need a place where you can be dirty for this. That's true. There will always be dirt. So let's get some more water. Brush away the last thingies here. Get back the bark texture. I just smeared stuff on. So you see, it takes 1 hour just to put some plaster on this small area. Crafting is a slow hobby. It doesn't look slow when you're watching videos. Take 5 to 15 minutes, but it is slow. Sometimes I listen to podcasts, mostly music, or it's just silence and I'm talking to me in my head. Yeah. I think that's what they call having thoughts. But I do that in German, not in English. My English is only good enough for basic explanation, but not for deeper stuff. I would like my English to be better so I could articulate deeper thoughts. But I'm too lazy to learn that kind of vocabulary. So. Okay. I think we're getting there. Cool, cool, cool. I like it. So this is something I don't like. So, okay. So we could just leave this as it is, like with all those rocks and stones. Could pour some Tiefengrund on top that will glue everything together. It's also something we use for construction. If we have a sandy wall, an old, really old wall, like 100 years old, and the plaster or the cement or something like that doesn't stick anymore, lost its grip, you can put Tiefengrund onto the wall and then it soaks in and makes the wall rock hard again. Yeah, stinks like hell, takes ages to dry. I used it on the water in the bay area down there. Took several days to harden. But this rear part over there, it's a little bit of PVA, then a shitload of sand on there, and then I put this stuff on. It's called Tiefengrund. Yeah, it's a milky substance. You put it in there, it soaks into the sand and everything, and then makes it rock hard. Yeah, that's cool stuff. And you could also put it here, and then this would also become rock hard. But I don't know if I like it yet. I don't know. I'll leave it like this right now. Okay, yeah, this looks much better. It's always cool when you lose the foam optics and it changes to stone optics and everything blends in. Okay, so this here, those are some rocks I made ages ago. Here are some wooden masks. With eyes and a nose from the side profile masks. I had them lying around for years. It was wall decorations, and I will just blend them in here. Eventually I will repaint the faces because they're not so recognizable. A little bit more highlights and touch-ups and stuff like that. But they're supposed to be almost invisible and overgrown, like an ancient folk carved it in. And then it got forgotten, but it's not visible enough. So here also, this is also just a piece of, what's it called? MDF, and then styrofoam core, then plaster, and then those masks on top. Yeah, also like this here. This is only styrofoam, plaster, and some color. Every time I have leftover color in my brushes, I just go here and put it here. So here's a little bit of dry brush and get some nasty, chaotic colors. Okay, and now here, those walls, they already look dry. So I can, those are those great houses Chicken gave me. There's something in the chat. Yeah, so for this layout, this we played here in the beginning, mostly here, set up houses or something like that, or we also played down there. And now we didn't play here for 2 or 3 years, and now I just want to make it like a what's it called? A model railroaders landscape without a railroad in a bigger scale. This is 1:50 scale, and I think HO scale is 1:86 or 7 or something, and N scale is 1:120. Yeah, but I like this scale because it's not too big, but it's not too small. I cannot make real small, tiny, fiddly details with my clumsy sausage fingers. We call them sausage fingers in German. Yeah. So yeah, those houses, those are gifts from Teaquers Tabletop Crafting. Also really cool YouTube channel. He also has one video how he did those. Those are like for photo backdrops and stuff like that. And he made several of those houses. And I will paint them in a later stage and then glue them down here so it's a facade, and the living area is in the rock. And I also got those windows. I got a handful of those windows. They are cast in something I cannot remember. I will put in some windows here on the side and maybe some small stuff like this on top, roofs, to make the illusion of the house is really in this rock. That's fun. But look how he set all those small tiny bricks by hand. Most of it in the walls is carved, but those are set by hand. Oh, that's a lot of work. Okay, so I would say this looks cool for now. This is, back there is something missing. I will do that another day when I know how to sculpt that back there. But this is okay so far. I will let this dry now and clean this up later with a vacuum cleaner. Yeah, and see ya! Thanks for watching, as always. Bye-bye. Leave a comment and stuff. Okay, see ya! Where's this end button? Ah, here is an X. Okay, bye-bye.